Hello guys, and welcome to another stream. And today I'm going to play Pac-Man Museum Plus. I've been waiting for this game for a while, and I'm really excited. Because there's a lot of games that I've been wanting to play that I haven't played before, like a lot of Pac-Man games. Um, the only version of Pac-Man Arrangement that I've played is the one in the Pac-Man collection on Game Boy Advance. So I'm kind of glad to play like different versions of that. And I actually haven't played okay.
Honestly, I haven't had much experience with like, a lot of Pac-Man stuff aside from
Wait, let me
the Game
adjust the
Boy
audio
stuff.
here.
Am I sounding pretty good?
Yeah, does the audio sound good?
I'm listening to it on the stream here. Seems like it should sound okay.
I'm gonna turn up your volume a little bit. Say something to test it out.
Testing.
Okay, that sounds a lot better.
Alright. That's good. That's, yeah, I guess, like, pretty much to me, the only, like, stuff I've had with, like, Pac-Man related that I've really played is, like, I have the Game Boy games, and both Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man for the Game Boy, and they're pretty much, like, the same, like, game and stuff. It uses the same engine, it's, like, the same kind of thing, so, yeah, it's,
Yeah, I'm just gonna start. Oh, the chat's working this time, unlike the channel Kirby stream.
Oh yeah, that was weird. I was like, why is it not? So that's good.
So I'm just gonna
Like,
start
mini
off by
arcade
playing the
thing.
original.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best place to start there. Pretty cool. It's like in its own like arcade thing. Can you like
Yeah.
decorate it and stuff?
Yeah, you can actually put like statues and different things. I think you can do different
Yo,
wallpapers too.
We got a donation from
Oh,
Nate
nice!
Clone.
Thank you, Nate Clone, for the
yeah.
donation. Can you read it since I'm playing right now?
Yeah, there's a candy where Pac-Man is 15 and all of his friends' names are puns on circles. His parents are also dead, but they're actually not. I never heard of this canon, but sounds pretty intriguing. It's like an anime, like, backstory or something.
Yeah. Just need to get these.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, thank you for the donation.
That's really cool. Yeah, I like has like the cool like tabletop style for the Pac-Man. It's neat. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, one thing I've been doing lately is I've been recording 3DS games. For like one of my upcoming videos I'm working on, and I played Paper Mario Sticker Star with gameplay. So I've managed to make it. I made a really cool like overlay, and it has like both of the screens for the 3DS. It took a while though to set up because I wanted to make sure that I got the way that like the 3DS screen looks. I wanted to get it very similar, so I think it came out quite nicely.
Okay, so let's go back to the menu here.
The Carfessor says, what's up? Hey, what's up, Carfessor?
Okay, so I got some different things here. I like that you can like get like different collectibles and everything. And I think it's cool how you have this arcade here. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I like the idea of that.
So I'm gonna play Pac-Land now. I actually haven't played Pac-Land before. I've been wanting to play it for a while, but
It's in Smash Bros. I guess that's the that's the closest you've gotten till now.
oh, my SNES controller has a low battery.
Oh.
I'm not using that right now. I guess I could, but
Yo, what's up,
Pac-Land is my favorite of the bunch.
Hello, Ollie Acorn. The stream. So Studio, he said, Smash fans just hate the game because it's associated with the stage. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's like the most popular Smash Brothers stage, is it?
Oh, can you hear, Anton's audio okay for anyone in the chat?
Maybe, we could put it a bit more. I don't know. Or like the audio sounds like it's like kind of the same, so maybe put the game's audio down a bit.
Okay.
Let's see. See.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the game audio a little bit down.
JVeg 1990 X says keep tapping left or right to run. Nate Clone says, wow, Smash was really faithful when adapting the stage. Still garbage stage though.
Yeah, I do like that they, the fact that they made, okay, the running is kind of similar to Kirby, I guess. I guess that's the most comparable thing I can say.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, not exactly, just kind of how, because in Kirby you have to tap it, multiple times, or you have to tap it twice to run.
Yeah, apparently this game was what Super Mario Brothers was inspired by.
Yeah, because it, this released before Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about, like, Pac-Man kind of did it first, but it's kind of forgotten about. Oh, that's cool with, like, the tree part there. It's, like, parallax scrolling. That's really interesting. That's very uncommon for games in the 8-bit era. It wasn't until...
Yeah, the arcade games around, this time I feel like we're starting to get a lot better. Like around the mid-80s, they definitely look, like a lot more advanced than they were, like, a few years prior.
Yeah. There's definitely a big boost in, like, visual and complexity, so... Those logs, how they like rotate when they fall, like that's quite impressive stuff there. Or like they kind of simulate like 3D almost.
So I'm gonna go back to the arcade, see.
So I guess we should talk about your recent appearing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was actually in a El Supersonic Q video, where they mentioned the Paper Mario E3 2010 beta, or the trailer specifically. Actually, let's play Pac-Mania now. Oh, when you jump off the trampoline, tap right repeatedly to float. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind next time I play Pac-Land, but I've played this game before. I've played Pac-Mania before. I've actually, they had this on, like, a compilation arcade cabinet that I've played before. Also, I think it might be a part of a collection that I have. I'm not sure which collections it's in, but, yeah, I know you can jump in this game.
And who knows, maybe one day, maybe this will, kind of spotlight to this, the Paper Mario Sticker Star, trailer will, maybe, kind of get some leads on it, or at least get it more aware for people, so it's always like useful. I just I watched I remember a video game video with like a lost screen. I don't know if you saw one of his videos where he there was Dr. Robotnik Mean Bean Machine for the Game Gear. have you seen that episode?
Yeah.
Of El Supersonic. How he like this screen was like people you know people said they remember this screen from the game, but like it was like an error screen. But then someone ended up finding it right after the video went live. So definitely like it helps with the searches of stuff. So which is pretty cool. Hopefully this leads
Yeah, I
to,
feel like Pac-Mania looks pretty. I feel like it looks pretty impressive for the time that it released in.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, cause didn't it release like in 1988? I think. Cause I think it looks pretty good. Like.
So. Yeah, that actually looks quite nice. It's almost like pre-rendered kind of look.
Yeah.
Right, which is pretty neat that they did that. Is it just me though, or is it like the border around the game? Does it look like an iPad? It almost looks like an iPad.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does.
Like, yeah, that's kind of weird, but it looks nice. So I do like the graphics and stuff around it, though. I think that really adds to like the look of it. Is nice.
Oh. I really like kind of like the Lego style that the game has.
Yeah. I remember I played this a while ago. I don't remember. I think I played it like an old computer. I remember my uncle got me like a bunch of like games on there. Like he just dumped a bunch of ROMs on the computer with like name, and I think it was because didn't this come out on SNES, right? Or where did this game release?
It was initially in arcades, but I'm not sure where else it released.
Let's see, what platforms? It was released on. It was released on the Sega Genesis, the NES. Okay, that's the one I played.
That must have been a pretty big downgrade. The NES version probably was a pretty big downgrade.
Yeah, that's what I remember playing. That was actually done by Tengen though.
Oh yeah, the unlicensed ones. I thought that was always weird that they had those.
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of stuff around the NES era with like a lot of companies are trying to make as many games as possible, and like, do you know about like how like Konami tried to make a lot of games on the NES, right? So there are some games that you might see that say Ultra on them, right? So it's like Ultra, and it might have like there are certain games, and the reason they did that was so they set up a different publishing like thing, but it's still owned by Konami. So they could be like, Nintendo was like, oh, you can only have like 10 games per year, but that wasn't gonna slide with Konami. So what they ended up doing was they created this Ultra division so they could publish another 10 games. So essentially, like,
okay, so this is my first time playing Championship Edition also.
Oh, I think 256 is on this too, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, not Armahi says the border around the game looked like a Switch instead of an iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's on the Switch now, so I mean I guess that makes sense. Let's see, Alex Golterra says, yo Reese, what's up? See, Nate Clone says, I'd love to see what you think of Super Pac-Man. Really unique. Let's see, this is really interesting, the championship. This is actually like
I think this
a modern game.
Yeah, because there are a few modern games on here, like along with the
Yeah, that's neat. They have like a nice variety.
Yeah.
The visuals, it's cool.
Yeah, I really like the visuals in this game. Or yeah, I guess all of the Championship Edition games.
Yeah.
Weren't there some elements that they put in Pac-Man 99?
Yeah, this looks like very Pac-Man 99 like.
Yeah, wasn't there? Yeah, there was another version of Pac-Man Museum that released a while ago.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of Pac-Man museums. There's
I know
I think
there's
there's
other.
like a lot of collections from Bandai Namco. So, have you seen the new Bandai Namco logo though?
Oh, that looks awful. Yeah, I've seen. It's
Yeah,
so it's so minimalistic, and it's just not good.
like I think I don't think the logo's bad. I just don't think it fits the company. I feel like if the logo is like it's the wrong logo. You know what I mean? Like it's not a bad logo. It's just like if this was for some like random like law firm company, it looks fine, you know. But
Yeah, it's such a funny comparison. Just like
yeah, it's just it's such like a if it was for like a bland kind of random company that existed, like Embracer Group or whatever, like you know something like that, right? Where it's kind of faceless, there isn't much there. It works, but for a company that like their old logo wasn't necessarily like. I mean, I think like there's a lot of like better stuff. Like I've seen some alternatives that people came up with for a logo, and they're so much better. I don't know if you've seen some of like the concepts people came up with. Cause like I don't know, it's interesting. Like someone came up with like a cool idea of how the logo should look like. Here, I'll send you in your DM so you can take a look after.
okay.
Cause it's pretty neat. So.
Wait, how do you exit the game from here?
I'm
not sure. Oh wait, yeah. Do you just
weird.
press? Yeah, that's. Oh, you press Y. Okay. I was just.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I was just seeing
guess
how
they
you.
probably did that because like obviously you can't press start and select for games that use start and select, so that makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I have to play it one more time to get Pac-Man Ragement. Can you read the chat since I'm kind of like paying attention to the game right now?
Let's see, most people had nightmares of the OG museum because of the GA stuff. Is that stand for Ghostly Adventure stuff? Or I'm not sure. I think that's probably what it is, but let's see. Okay, I was right. Thank you, Soshi. Because I was a bit like I was thinking that that's what it is. Let's see. Yeah, not Army said I had this dream idea they would have done where you could visit other people's arcades or save their arcades for yourself.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's actually a
actually
really
interesting.
cool idea.
Where it's like you could go to their setups. That's actually a neat concept.
Imagine if they like actually. I know I hate the update thing and everything, but imagine if they do updates where they add
See, like, I don't mind updates as long as it's like
Yeah.
the game to begin with isn't bad. Or they don't
Or
abandon it
yeah,
altogether.
or it doesn't feel like a ghost town when it launches.
Yeah, because that kind of just, like, to me, you know, stuff like Mario Maker 2, Animal Crossing, you know, when I got those games, I played a lot, you know, of those games, and I feel like Animal Crossing, they did it really well, because as soon as you get to the part where you have access to certain things, they give you an update, you know, it's like, why not? So I think it was fine for that game, and same with, like, Mario Maker and stuff. But, like, I feel like the sports games from Nintendo have been a little weird with update stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like all of them: Switch Sports, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario Strikers. I don't know. It's like a strategy that they're doing with those specific games. I don't know why, but they're doing it. So, but I don't mind as like as long as the game has enough content, like when it's done, updates too. Like, cause that's the thing. If they're like, oh, it's not worth it to do more stuff, and then kind of abandon it, then you know, like that's kind of not it's not good. So, like at least like I checked out Mario Tennis. Like it's still not like amazing, but like at least it's better than how it was when it came out. So
Yeah.
at least it feels like a game. And I think that also the main problem with the sports games from Nintendo is that the price feels like a little bit too high for the entry point. I think Mario Strikers should be like WarioWare's value. Like that's the problem I have with a lot of Nintendo's pricing, right? Is that like, you know, games like that are big, like Zelda and stuff, those deserve to be like, you know, full like $60 releases. You know, stuff like Kirby,
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey, you know, but stuff more or less like, you know, the sports games from Nintendo. I mean, give credit where credit's due. Switch Sports is a bit lower, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
you know,
but I feel like that game really feels lacking. Like it feels like there's barely anything to
golf
do in the
should
game.
have been included. That
Yeah.
is how could they not develop a golf game fast enough?
Yeah, like they showed it off in February. It clearly was almost complete.
Honestly, just delay the game like a little bit more if you can. I don't know. Do they have like 4 people working on this game? Like, I don't know. This game's gonna sell really well and it's gonna be really popular, like especially with the holidays. So I don't understand, but yeah, it's a bit weird. So I'm not really sure why. Yeah. As I was saying before, though, I got my 3DS now, like, all connected with my computer and stuff. You know what? I also, for recording gameplay, I've also got sound as well. What I did to get sound on the 3DS, like, through, like, the screen recording and stuff, is, I just connected, a 3.5mm, like, audio cable from the 3DS to my PC. That way I get the sound, which is actually really cool. That means I can have like full authentic gameplay. So I was playing Sticker Star earlier.
Great game to try it out with.
Yeah, I mean actually like it was a good game to test like the 2 screens together with like the overlay.
Oh yeah, because it uses
Because I sent you the picture of like it actually looks pretty nice. Like I did it where there's like a blur background for the top screen on like the background, so it's actually pretty neat. Yeah, like that game worked very well with it. So yeah, it's like I've been kind of yesterday I was just going crazy and I was just testing like everything that I could. I was testing like so many games and trying to get the quality good. One thing I did notice is they had to do this like weird patch thing for games like Pokemon and Star Fox 64 3D. Where like what would happen is the game wouldn't boot. So I had to like do this thing, but I figured it out. But anyways, I'm making a tutorial about how to do it all. And I did a bit more research about like the old 3DS as well. And cause remember I was showing you how to do, right? Cause like you actually have to download both of like, because I think you download like the Mode 3 version, and you have to download the regular version too. So the thing is though with this stuff, there's so much dated information about like the streaming 3DS stuff. Most of it's from 2016 and 17, and most of it is like really dated because some of it says, oh, you can do something, but then some of it says you can't do something. Like some article, like the information is so inconsistent. So I did all this testing, so now I have actual like factual information. You know, so it was annoying because I can do so much testing. But at least I have enough footage now to make the video. Although I did play, I played Luigi's Mansion, like the first the remake on 3DS. It's actually really good. Like they kept it the same.
Yeah,
like,
Demeech, I think Demeech made a video about it, and he said it was really good.
Like it's like it feels like exactly the same. When I played it, I was like, okay, they're gonna. Before I played it, I was assuming, okay, they're gonna make things a lot more like cartoonish. They're gonna make the sound effects a bit different. Like I was worried that it would feel like a different game almost. You know what I mean? They'd like almost like make it modern, but like take away what made the original so interesting. But they didn't do that. Like the way Luigi just feels like walking around is not from Dark Moon at all. Like it's a different, like it's just the original game. That's what it feels like, you know?
Yeah.
It's really cool because, you know, that's how you do a remake, like make it as faithful as possible. And I mean, what better than Grezzo to do that? So they did a great job with that. Although Grezzo, I wonder what they're working on now. Because the last thing they did was Miitopia, right? Which was
yeah.
It was the remaster remake. Wasn't that big of a job, but like, I don't know. I think they're, like, to me, I guess that they're probably either doing an Oracle Ages and Seasons thing, or they'll do a Golden Sun remake. Like both Golden Sun games in like one package, since they're technically the same game, just in different perspectives that were split up. So I could see that happening, you know.
Yeah,
So,
I've thought about Grezzo actually doing a Paper Mario 64 remake. I know, a lot of people are saying if they do a remake of Paper Mario 64, it would be Intelligent Systems, but I think Grezzo would probably do that. Because they're mostly the ones doing remakes and everything, and I feel like they can retain a lot of the style that the original had.
If they do 1,000 Year as a remake, or just even like the Paper Mario, I feel like they would be the ones to do it, because they kept Luigi's Mansion as faithful as possible, you know?
Yeah.
So that'd be really cool if they did that. I mean, who knows what they're working on at the moment? Like, I mean, they've clearly been working on something for a while, so I really like to see what they're doing. Hopefully something pretty cool. And I guess we're soon approaching a potential Nintendo Direct soon. So maybe we'll see something soon or something. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we'll probably get like something like a Direct towards the beginning of June.
Yeah, usually like that second week.
Yeah.
All the time. It's so consistent. Some people were like, oh, they might like not do a Direct and then hold out till September, and I'm just like, what? Like, why wouldn't Nintendo, like, they have so many games releasing that like they probably want to touch on them. Like,
yeah,
you know, like Xenoblade, they definitely want to do another showcase of that with like the gameplay and stuff. Like, I could see them doing a Nintendo Treehouse segment of that easily, because we still need to see like some of the game in action. Even stuff like, you know, Splatoon 3, they could easily do something, you know, showcasing gameplay. And also, there's just a lot of stuff we don't know, like especially for the end of the year. People are like, oh, it's a Pokemon year, but still, remember, even when Sword and Shield came out, we had Link's Awakening,
yeah,
Ring Fit Adventure.
Yeah, I see a lot of people argue to be on Twitter that, oh yeah, Pokemon is the holiday title. Well, I mean, there's usually something to go along with Pokemon.
Yeah, like Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
Same year, you know, like, I don't think like even 2018, you had Smash Brothers, you had, you know, and you also had Mario Party, Super Mario Party, right? So there's always something like Pokemon Company is like kind of does its own thing as releases. They almost think of themselves as like a different entity, you know?
Yeah.
And Nintendo kind of just works alongside them. So I would say that like there's definitely gonna be one more game. The question is, what will it be? And Nintendo's kind of like running out of things to do. Like I could see them maybe do that Donkey Kong thing.
Yeah, I feel like Donkey Kong, like it's been so long now. I feel like Donkey Kong kind of has a chance.
Maybe they do like a nighttime action 3D Donkey Kong game or something. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they were to do like a Mario, like I thought this year would be a Mario Kart to be honest, but we got the DLC, so that was off the table. But even like a Super Mario Odyssey 2, the thing is though, something like that would be announced way ahead of time, you know? They would announce that at like the beginning of the year. So people are like, oh, they might not show Breath of the Wild, but I'm just like, then when do they show it? If it's scheduled for like early 2023, they have to show it like now. Like what, they're gonna show it in the September Direct? I don't think so. Maybe NSO will see something from that too. Because, you know, they gave us some absolutely legendary games. Did you love that lineup they gave us? Yeah, I've been waiting for Pinball for like such a long time.
Yeah, and also the Congo's so Caper. Weird. That's amazing. Like that. Like I can't believe they waited so long to add Congo's Caper to Nintendo Switch Online.
You know, it's insane. I've been waiting for such a long time.
It's such an amazing SNES game. It's an essential to the library. I can't believe they waited this long to add it.
Oh my goodness. Like. Okay, like, honestly, though, like, Pinball is a Nintendo game. What, do they have to be like, guys, go through all these licenses for this game that we own?
Yeah, and you know, the thing that's weird about Super Mario RPG, everyone's saying it's not on there because of licensing issues, but I feel like Square would probably let Nintendo do it. I mean, like, I don't know why they wouldn't.
Wii U, right?
Yeah.
So why not?
I think it was...
They did Earthbound, they got around that stuff, so why not? Honestly, there's just... Like, I feel like now that we see Pinball, which is a game that's owned by Nintendo themselves, like, why wait until now? Like, why not just launch? That seems like a game that like would launch alongside the service, like, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's such a basic game. So I'm wondering maybe they're just waiting to like hold it for like later on. Maybe that's what they're doing. Like, I don't know. It's really weird though, because even the stuff that they do pick, like you're like, you know, they pick a lot of stuff from Data East, but, like, even the stuff that they have picked, like, there's so much stuff from Data East which is not on there. Like, where's Burger Time? That's such an iconic Data East title.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of,
like,
I feel like a lot of Data East titles are, like, really obscure. I know there's a lot of well-known ones, but there's also, like, along with that,
they're picking the ones that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Like, where is Burger Time? That's just like a well-known Data East title. Like, is that? Do they have to pay that much to put that game on there? Like, I don't know. There's some like really basic stuff I don't understand. It's so weird. I don't understand. Oh, look, you're playing Pac-Man 256?
Yeah.
I used to play this game so much. And
oh,
the
yeah.
reason I played this game was because I played a lot of Crossy Road.
Oh, yeah, I actually played this game, like, around the time it came out.
Yeah, because I remember they did, like, a crossover in Crossy Road where they had, like, Pac-Man and stuff. And it was, like, I used to, like, I had, like, all the characters on Crossy Road at one point. I had, like, every single one. Because you could get them so easily. And then, like, I remember... because like every time you could get so many characters in the game because like they had like they gave you a lot of coins, so you could get like you'd always have like a multiple present boxes you could open up each day for characters. I mean for money, which you could get characters and stuff.
Have you played? I know this is like what other like mobile games have you played like around that time?
Subway Surfer.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
For sure.
Have you played Jetpack Joyride?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I played that one. Let's see it. There were a lot of on my iPad I got like a lot of those games. I played I remember like Fruit Ninja, like that one. That was a while ago. I remember playing that one probably like 10 plus years ago.
See, it seems like surreal that it was that long ago when some of those games released. Like they seem like they just released like not too long ago. Okay.
Yeah, like Angry Birds Star Wars. I remember that one. You know, I played obviously a lot of Minecraft Pocket Edition. That was something I played a lot of. I remember waiting for updates like every single like I would be like checking like Minecraft like MCPE like updates or whatever.
Yeah, remember those weird items that they had in it that kind of like get certain items from the other versions of Minecraft?
Yeah, there was
That
I remember
weird
like
nether thing.
the nether reactor core. Yeah, I remember that. It was like it would like spawn this box. I remember I was scared of using it because I thought it would like activate Herobrine. So I was like, okay, I'm not using this because like I didn't even like the stronghold because I thought like all of a sudden he would just like spawn, and it'd be like the worst thing ever. So I didn't want to like use that stuff. But then later on, remember I got like tools. Do you remember like BuildBot or anything? There was this tool called BuildBot that could like build stuff. It was like basically world edit, and you could like join your like device using like a VPN. It was so cool, and then like all of a sudden one day it just didn't work anymore, and you had to like pay like a dollar or something for it on the App Store. It was actually really cool. And then there's also MCPE like edit as well, where you could like get blocks that and the items that were unavailable. So basically like it was like a command system, so you could like put like certain numbers in, so you could get like blocks that like were
there's also cut the rope. That was a fun one. I actually played that.
Yeah.
For some reason it came free with my Windows 8 computer, which was weird. But I played it a lot on there.
Yeah, played that game quite a bit. I remember there's like multiple versions of it. Or do you know that other game? Do you know the game called Pooh?
Oh, I've heard of it, but I haven't actually played it.
I played that game as well at one point. It was like for such a minimal time though, I remember. But like that game I played a bit. I played there was like some like bootleg Minecraft games I played as well, like Discovery, and do you ever like there was like Survival Craft? They were like bootleg Minecraft.
Yeah, there was like I think there was also that CubeCraft 3D that was on the 3DS.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe I have to download that and check it out.
Yeah, like I always wanted like Minecraft on a Nintendo console before it actually happened.
I remember there was like always like hoaxes about Nintendo 3DS Minecraft, and then it actually happened.
Yeah,
and I was
it's so
like,
weird.
Okay. Yeah, I was playing it the other day. It's very unpractical. I would not recommend playing it because like just building stuff in creative is hard. So playing survival is even like more difficult. But I feel like it should be a challenge to like Minecraft like speedrunners. Like if you think you know Minecraft, play that. So it's
When did Pac-Man Battle Royale release?
Pac-Man Battle Royale. Never heard of this one. Released January 21st, 2011. Wow, that's a while ago.
Oh, 2011, okay. They should really do, I'm not sure if they would update this game to add them, or do, like, a separate collection, but I think it would be cool to see, like, a port of the Pac-Man World games. Like, maybe a collection of them would be interesting.
That'd be cool. Pac-Man World 1, 2, and 3 all together.
Yeah.
That'd be neat. Yeah, I feel like that would be a pretty cool thing, especially since they've done like the Klonoa stuff too. So they're kind of doing stuff like that. So I can't wait for the Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures collection. That includes like Pac-Man Party and Pac-Man Party 3.
No, don't include Pac-Man Party. Even though it has the same style, I feel like Pac-Man Party is like, I mean, it's kind of a little before that, so I feel like it should, even though it has a similar, it kind of introduced that style. I feel like it's kind of a different.
I just kind of seeing stuff. I was just going through stuff here.
My friend Nick, I think have I told you about him before, or have you seen him on the streams I've done? But basically, he actually played the mobile version of Pac-Man Party. It was like it's like a weird like flip phone version of it, and apparently it exists.
Oh. That's weird. I didn't even know about that. Let's see, Nintendo World.
They're hinting at a Pac-Man World remake. Pac-Man World 2 plus Spooky's Fury, yeah.
Interesting. It'd be cool if they did Pac-Man World like remake, or I feel like the first game might need the remake. I think the second and third game could just need like a port a bit.
Yeah. Well, the third I feel like the third game does need like some work. Yeah.
That's the game. It kind of like honestly. Okay, I played the DS version of that game. That is not a game. Okay. It's not a game. It's like this weird, like it looks like it was made like a Roblox, but like poorly optimized. Like there's like the game has like no visual consistency. I didn't know where to go, and I glitched out like multiple times of the world. Like what? It was so weird. Like who thought that was a good idea? Oh my goodness. Yeah, because I was like, oh, it'd be maybe a cool platformer for the DS or something.
Wait, when did you get it?
I just got on my R4 card. Like, I just downloaded it to check it out.
That's weird that it released on DS. Like, I know.
Yeah, I got it like, I think a few months ago I was playing it, and I was like, what is this? Like, it was just, like, the way it works, the way it's designed, it just doesn't feel like they knew what they were doing for a 3D DS title. I don't know, it's really weird. So, yeah, and I barely found any information about it. I wonder why.
You know, I've been collecting games over the past few years, but lately there's actually a few games that I've gotten that I haven't played yet, and I kind of feel guilty for it.
Oh, I mean, there's probably a lot of games that I have that I haven't played.
Yeah, I feel like one of those is, Namco Museum, or that Namco Museum Remix, I think that's what it was on the Wii.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, to me, the games I usually don't play are some of the NES games, and like some of the random ones I get, because the NES is such an annoying system to actually get functioning. Like, that system, you have to like the way the pins are, it's just so annoying. I'd rather just boot up an emulator at that point, you know what I mean? Like with a Game Boy game, it just goes in and it plays. Like, you don't have to worry about it. Let's see, Gold Cutter says, you know, I think the reason why they omitted the Pac-Man World games, because I think they're gonna have that on Namco's Encore series. Oh, what's that Encore series? I should see, Namco Encore. Interesting. Oh, I see, because they like trademarked about a bunch of stuff or something. I think that's
so the Encore series. Okay, so that the Encore thing that they did with Klonoa is actually going to be a series.
So yeah, because Gold Connor says Namco Klonoa collection next month is weird because the first one is a remaster while the second one is a remake. Oh, so they could do that with Pac-Man World, where the first game is a remake, and the second game is a remaster, and the third game maybe is like a bit of both or something. Or they just don't include a third game. I guess they could do that too.
If they did a collection, would they include the third game? I'm not sure what they would do. Well, actually, I mean the first two games would be obvious,
The
but
DS version.
the DS version.
Yes. Yeah, it's really good. It has a 44 Metacritic. It's I guess it's technically better than Bound Wonderworld Switch version, so I guess it has a bit, but like. But let's see, there's some beautiful reviews being like, ultimately, this might be the worst game on the DS yet. Yeah, that's difficult. That's a...
I feel like that's a pretty bold claim, because there's a lot of bad DS games, especially in that area.
2006, though, this game came out. So...
I mean, even 2006, I would say there was already a lot of shovelware at that point.
Yeah.
Like, do you know all those shovelware DS games?
Yeah, there's so much, like... honestly, if a license existed, they just put it on the DS. Like, it didn't matter. Like, yeah, there's not much. Although there's some, like, weird reviews being like, this is a great experience of a console game, start to end. Enhanced graphics, better controls, better everything. Oh, Wizard Minecraft, that was a beautiful review. I can't understand that review, it's in Spanish. Yes, this is the best game ever. It's better than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Hey, have you heard of Morbius DS? It's a really interesting. I would say it's the best DS game of all time, because you just go Morbin in the game, and it's just such a
It's a top 10 DS game.
It's Morbin time. It's.
That deserves to be a popular one.
Yeah, it's honestly one of the best DS games. It's up there with New Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario 64 DS.
No, Armani says Pac-Man World 3 DS is like having already mediocre fish gutted and filled with toothpaste. Yeah, I guess it's not that good to begin with, and then it just makes it worse. Yeah, but this person said that it's better than Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is
Morbius is the worst.
Based.
Morbius is the worst DS game because Rat Race is the best game on the system. The worst DS game? What are you talking about? Get morbed. Like, hey, chat. We have to morb Sushi because he said that Morbius was the worst DS game. Get morbed.
Of course, yeah. You also got like the Wii game as well, right? The Wii, obviously, because every DS game has a Wii game. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's like some games during that that time in the early 2010s where like they get a DS, they get Wii U, 3DS, they get like every platform, PS2, PS3, PS4, like everything. Like I think there's like these Phineas and Ferb games that got like every platform in existence. Yeah, there's a lot of like those licensed games. There was a time when there was a lot of licensed games released.
You know, I know a lot of licensed games are mediocre if not bad, but there's a lot of good ones. There's like, especially the SpongeBob ones.
Yeah,
I mean, not all of the SpongeBob ones, but like a lot of the SpongeBob games.
Like the early ones.
Well, even some of the later ones are good too. Like, and even on the Wii and DS, there is actually like a decent amount of good licensed games.
For sure, there's some good stuff in there. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, most games aren't great. I think that's probably why they just kind of aren't really talked about much. So that's quite interesting. Yeah, I like this game you're playing.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Again?
Pack and Roll.
Pack and Roll, yeah.
Or Pack and Roll
really
Remix,
neat.
I think.
Yeah, we do like those Marvel games and stuff. Pretty neat. Where was this released on?
I think Wii. I'm pretty sure. I know. Isn't there like, yeah, I think this version, I think.
Pack and Roll was released on the DS.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was originally on the DS, but I think I think it's referring to Remix, which was
A remix. Pack and Roll Remix was released on the Wii. Pac-Man. Oh, Wii Namco Museum Mega Mix. So they released it on there as well. Yeah, Pac and Roll was developed for the DS, and then it was re-released for the Wii as part of Namco Museum Remix. It was renamed Pack and Roll Remix instead of the Wii controls using the touchscreen. Using the rear mode. Oh, okay, okay. That's why. Honestly, it looks. I guess that's why it's like a Wii game, but it's in the DS resolution though, aspect ratio. Like, I mean, not resolution, but like, you know, it's kind of weird though why it's in the aspect ratio, not widescreen.
Am I supposed? Okay. What am I supposed to do in this section? Am I supposed to like? Because this is my first time playing the game.
Oh yeah. Actually, it looks really interesting. I might have to get that on my my R4.
Actually, I'll come back to it, but I. Let's see what other games I can play here.
Honestly, it's quite difficult to find like a lot of good DS games apart from like the ones that everyone talks about, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like a lot of DS games are 2D. Like, the DS obviously had like 3D capabilities and everything, but I feel like a lot of games didn't take advantage of that.
Yeah, most games ended up playing it quite safe for the time. It isn't always like a bad thing, you know, because obviously you get some really good stuff, but a lot of it is 2D. Especially, I noticed the games that are 2D are usually the shovelware stuff.
Yeah, but there are a lot of good things like the RPGs and the different things like that.
Yeah, like the what's it called? Like I know there's like Chrono Trigger. There's a lot of games that use that 2D really really well. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. You know what game Demi should try? I don't know if he knows about it. Does he know a game on the Game Boy, do you think, called Revenge of the Gator?
I'm not sure.
I wonder if he knows about that game.
You should ask him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him, cause like there's this one Game Boy game by Hal that it's a pinball game with alligators. He must know about that game. It's like, I don't know, it's also kind of obscure. Like I've never heard him talked about it. But, like, I think he'd like that game. It's really cool.
Well, I mean, especially knowing Dimitri.
Yeah. I have to organize my Game Boy shelf with my games. I don't know if you've seen recently, I got Mole Mania for the Game Boy.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, I heard about that game.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, honestly, that game, I've been looking for, like, ever since I started collecting Game Boy games, I've been looking for that. So when I saw it, a copy at like a pawn shop, I was like, okay, I'm buying this now, immediately. So I got it. It's really cool, and it has like the Super Game Boy enhancement. So since I have the Super Game Boy, I'm gonna try it out, and it's pretty cool. So then I got some like other random shovelware game. So, although I really hope they add Game Boy games to the Switch Online service, because there's some really cool stuff on there. Especially like the cold. It's like some really cool stuff from the from like some of the more obscure games. Like I like the Data East games on the Game Boy is like peak Data East, honestly.
Yeah.
some really good stuff on there. Especially like I don't know if I probably told you about this before, but like Lock and Chase is a pretty cool game. In the game, it's it's about like what's it called? It's like a Pac-Man game, but like you can close doors for like the ghosts, which are like policemen, or like they're like guards, and you're like trying to like steal the coins. It's really cool.
I forgot you had the tap the float on there with the trampoline. It's a little different than you'd expect, but I'm just gonna play through it again. So
yeah,
you know,
I also like the.
You know, I used to hate that the Pac-Man stage in Smash for Smash Ultimate, where I guess in general that they made a Pac-Land Smash stage, but even though the stage isn't very good, I can appreciate that if they acknowledge this game. Is it? Because I would say it's a classic.
They didn't add like the classic Pac-Man one though. Isn't there like a regular Pac-Man one for the 3DS they didn't add?
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird. I don't know. That one should have got in, but I mean, it's at least there's a Pac-Man stage.
Yeah, the emulator got leaked recently.
Yeah. Hit the backlisted. Around my birthday, I got to go to an amusement park and got the chance to play an original Pac-Man arcade machine in the arcade. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I actually I went to this arcade in one part of North Carolina that has like this guy has a collection of arcade cabinets, and it includes there's definitely like a few like old Pac-Man ones which are really interesting.
Yeah, that was a really cool video you did on that. A lot of cool stuff there.
And also, there were also a lot of rare ones who.
Yeah.
Like one of the rare ones was Tank Battalion and Levers, different ones like that.
They also said I think the emulator for they're referring to the Game Boy NSO one got leaked. Yeah, I really hope something comes out of that, because it'd be really cool to see a lot of these like Game Boy games go to the Switch Online service, because then I feel like people will be able to play like those kind of more obscure games, because I feel like compared to the NES, like the NES and the SNES, a lot of the really obscure stuff isn't good. A lot of it's like mainly just kind of exists,
yeah,
you know,
like a lot of the AVGN stuff.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the thing that I like about the Game Boy library is that even the obscure stuff is actually pretty cool. Like, there's some really cool games on there, like Revenge of the Gator, or like I like the like Electro Brain. They're kind of like they work together with HAL for a lot of these weird like robotic sci-fi games. So you got some of those. You know, you got Nintendo had a really good library on there. A lot of cool pinball games. There's just some random stuff, but as long as they don't add like the weird games that like nobody cares about, and they add like the cool stuff that's like as long as they don't add like Track Meet and Ultra Golf and like that's it, I think we should be fine. Like that's the problem. It's like as long as they don't add like the random stuff. You know, like that is some really cool games.
I wanted to say again, I'm really glad that L Supersonic Cube mentioned the Paper Mario 3DS beta. I know we talked about that earlier, but I kind of wanted to talk about it again because I thought that was really cool. That I've been waiting for him to mention it for a while because I feel like that would really help the search for it.
Yeah. That's gonna help significantly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the lost media stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Especially when, like, something happens, you know?
Yeah, for everyone in the chat, what is your favorite or most wanted piece of lost media? Because I know there's a lot of them, and a lot of them are really interesting.
I mean, I feel like games are probably, like, the hardest ones to get. Like, they only usually come in the form of like leaks, you know, like the Super Mario 64 stuff that happened a while ago. I feel like that's the only that's like the only way stuff like that actually gets to the public.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like for the case for the E3 2010 trailer of Paper Mario Sticker Star, I feel like we're gonna have to find like a journalist who was present, because I actually found out recently it wasn't just at E3, but it was also at some other events, but they were just not allowed to record at certain events. So my most wanted piece of lost media is the Jimmy Neutron promotional interruptions. Oh yeah, yeah, I heard about that.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like the ones I find the most interesting from the Lost Media are like shows and stuff, or like stuff that was aired but like never saved. You know, like to me that's the stuff I find fascinating with Lost Media. Like a show or like something that like you remember, you know, because it almost feels kind of like relatable of like things that you might have seen on TV that like are gone and like you can't find anymore. You know, like to me that's what I find interesting about Lost Media. Um, like that aspect of like something that like is no longer like available on the internet, or something that you just can't play that was available to the public, because you know some of the stuff that isn't. But I don't know, it's really interesting. I feel like Lost Media is such a cool like thing. But I guess that's the thing too. Lost media is starting to become less and less of a problem with new media released today, because if something is released, if something's online, it usually stays online, or it usually has multiple copies of everything because companies post it online. So most of the stuff that happens nowadays either is like on a streaming service that people can download and archive way easier. The thing is though, a lot of the lost media is usually from the early 2000s, but mainly from like, you know, a bit from the 80s, but I noticed like the ones that people really want is around like the 90s to like early 2000s, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's that's mainly around where it is. So but again, you know, the more lost media gets found, the more lost media there will be, I guess. So that's but I feel like this is the thing when like lost media content must be kind of difficult, because there's a lot of like you know, like L Supersonic Q, like it must be pretty difficult to make like a lot of like, you know, a lot of videos, because like you gotta be really creative with like topics, because if there's not a lead on something, or something's too obscure that no one knows about it, or it gets found, there's nothing you can do with that thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like there's only so much time until lost media in itself becomes less and less of a thing as more stuff gets found.
Well, I feel like there's always going to be lost media in some form. Like there's always going to be there's always going to be like some things that are lost. I feel like that's just a part of human nature.
There's stuff going to be lost forever and you can never find it, you know? But like
yeah.
I guess the thing is, so entertainment into that type of content is mainly interesting when there's a lead on something. You know what I mean? Or something is kind of like something's kind of like dead in the tracks, you know, and you can't find something. The search for it just kind of ends up just kind of ending there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing where it's like with lost media is to me it's only like really interesting if something has a good likeliness of getting found, or like there's a process, or like, you know, the search is going on or something like that. You know, it is still a really cool topic, but I feel like a lot of those like kind of stories about media getting found that, you know, hasn't been seen for a long time is starting to get thinner and thinner and thinner, you know?
Yeah.
And then obviously you got stuff like urban legends, like, you know, some of these talk about stuff that people say is real and it like there's no proof of its ever existence, or like stuff like that's really weird. So it's just a really cool like topic though, but it's just kind of interesting to think about it.
My most wanted is probably that Yoshi GBA game that only has a single screenshot of a Yoshi with shoulder view. Even if it's fake, would love to know more. I don't think it's fake. I think it's real, but
yeah, I think that was
but that's really interesting.
Yeah, some of the games and stuff, like, honestly, I hope there's... Remember that, like, those Giga Leaks and stuff?
Oh yeah.
They kind of are they still going through that stuff or?
I'm not sure.
Because they said like it took really long time to like decompile everything. So I'm not really sure what happened to that. Seems interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of cool like canceled games.
Yeah.
But I got Pack and Roll on the DS.
Oh yeah, did you get it on an R4 card?
Yeah. That's why I put all my DS games, just so I save space on my actual like 3DS system, right? Because I don't want to put all the DS games there. Oh, this is weird. You have to use the stylus. I guess on the Switch version, on
You use the analog stick.
Okay. On the analog stick and plus the D-pad can only like move the character.
The battery just depleted in my SNES Switch controller. I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know why it turned on. I don't know if for some reason it randomly turned on, and then it kept giving me the message for it.
Oh yeah. That's weird.
You know, I always thought it was weird that they did the. Well, I thought it. I mean, it's cool too, but it's really interesting that they release the controllers with Nintendo Switch Online, and they always go out of stock. Like, it's really hard to get a hold of them. I was lucky to get. I'm sure they still have the SNES controller in stock because most people want the Nintendo 64 controller now. But for a while, the SNES controller was very inaccessible to get. It was not easy to get it. Like, I decided to get it because it was just like, it was like the first time it was back on sale after like months. So I managed to, this was like, I think I forgot, I think it was like, not quite a year ago, I guess, but sometime last year.
Yeah, I don't have any of the Switch Online controllers. This is like a hassle to get, and they're kind of expensive.
Yeah, and then on eBay, they're selling for a lot.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, I don't know, just use a... Like, at that point, like, they're cool collectibles for sure, but... I don't know. It's weird though, Pack and Roll like this is just kind of odd. Although the story has so much lore, oh my goodness. Did you go through all the lore?
No.
Did it have all these cutscene stuff, or...
I
didn't look,
well, from what I've played so far, no. And I'm not sure, it might.
Pack and Roll is giving me all this, like, cutscene stuff. Can I skip it? Oh, I can skip it. Okay, good. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. It's like it has lore. There's some really impressive DS games though. That played like Sonic, like racing or whatever. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that is actually pretty impressive, visually for the DS.
Yeah.
You know, like a few years ago, you'd think like the DS doesn't really seem like that old of a console, but looking at the games now, it really seems like, oh yeah, no wonder people are calling it retro now.
Yeah, that's the thing. The game, like the system, looks very much like it's the PS1 era, even though it wasn't. You know.
Yeah.
the visuals look much more dated, specifically for 3D games. Games that are 2D, they hold up much better.
Yeah.
You know,
For some reason, the Kirby games, well, maybe with the exception of Mass Attack, actually maybe Superstar Ultra too, maybe just Squeak Squad. Squeak Squad just looks basically like a Game Boy Advance game because it's basically Amazing Mirror.
yeah, some of them just were like GBA games. I mean, like the hardware is kind of similar, right?
Yeah, but I mean the DS is a pretty significant upgrade, but
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
But I think it's like running. It's kind of like how the Wii to the GameCube was. I mean, to the Wii, the GameCube to the Wii. You know how they're like similar architecture with the way they run stuff. It's just obviously the DS has 2 screens and it has a better processor. Because the sound isn't, because like a lot of Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance sound uses the CPU. That's why you hear all that kind of like, it doesn't have like a dedicated sound chip, so a lot of it sounds a bit weird. Yeah, the tactical game's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I got Pac-Man Arrangement 1996.
That's cool.
Yeah, the only time I played Pac-Man Arrangement before was the Game Boy Advance Pac-Man Collection version.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got caught by a ghost and I died. Let's see, hit the, Baka says, there was a knockoff Pac-Man ROM hack I remember playing called Piranha. In it, the maze was completely removed, allowing for more open playfield. Have you heard of this?
No.
What is that? Pac-Man. Yo, I have to search this. I have to search this up. The Meat episode?
Actually, maybe...
I found it.
Yeah, maybe you should tell Demeach about it. Like, it seems like something he can cover. Because I really like how Demeach covers a lot of, like, weird, obscure, games. Even knockoff games.
Yeah.
Or fan games, too.
He should be doing more. It's honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like... Like, I understand all the criticism and stuff, but sometimes it's kind of like...
Yeah, I do like his criticism videos. I feel like they're necessary because there's not really too many other YouTubers doing it, but I feel like his best content is the where he looks at like weird.
Yeah, for sure. I think he should do more of it. I'm not saying he shouldn't do any of the... I think I just prefer those videos more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'd just like to see more of those. That's all. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see like kind of more of those style of videos. So. Yeah, but you know, it actually. This is really interesting though. This Pac-Man ROM hack thing. It's like, yeah, it's completely open. You can move it around.
It's really interesting.
It's a Pac-Man clone. It's not a ROM hack. It's called Piranha, and you can basically move around and collect the dogs. It's actually really interesting. But apparently it's a very difficult game. Yeah, it's literally a Pac-Man bootleg, an arcade game. Honestly, I should tell Demeach about this.
Yeah, you should. Like, he might even cover it.
Yeah. Apparently he did try to get, apparently he tried to get... Oh, what's it called? the CDI games running?
Reese, are all these games mini games? No, they're actually all. This is a collection. This is actually like a full like these are all like different Pac-Man games that released over the years.
Did you get the physical or digital?
I got physical.
Oh, nice.
I think it's cool how you can walk around the arcade like this. I think that's really cool.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
It adds to the Pac-Man experience. But I'd like to do maybe with the meet. It'd be cool to do a video of like, we were gonna do I remember a Virtual Boy like canceled games video.
Oh, nice. They have a Atari 2600 theme. That's really cool for the wallpaper. That's really cool.
Yeah.
My dad actually played that version of the game. Cause he actually got that, but he played it on his friend's Atari 2600. But it's like the worst version. It's like one of the worst versions of Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think I played that on an emulator one time. It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also, do you think that Bronze Mario Amiibo is gonna get revealed soon, or do you think it doesn't exist?
I feel too, like, I feel like if it was fake, that would be a really elaborate fake.
And honestly, like the fake didn't even get that much attention anyways. It's not like making a fake for Smash Bros or something either, right? It's such an obscure thing, and also it's like to make a Bronze Mario Amiibo and do the background. That's the thing that gets me. It's like it has like the gameplay, and it has like a promotional thing. Why would they make all of this promotional stuff just for some random video on YouTube? You know, it doesn't make any sense. So I think it's real.
Yeah.
But it's just like it has to get revealed like next week. Because as we approach the game's launch, you know, it'd be kind of weird.
So you need the...
Yo, yeah, I'll tell Dimitri about that Gator game. It's you know, Dimitri the game.
Yeah.
Or no, Dimitri the pinball game. That's a really obscure one. That it's by like Hal made it.
Yeah, Hal made
a lot of cool games.
Hal actually made the NES pinball.
Oh yeah, oh that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. They made there's another cool Game Boy game called Tracks. They made that too. It like if you ever play it, it feels like a Kirby game. Like the way that the start is, it's like the same. You check that one out. Hopefully that one gets added to the, if they ever do Switch Online Game Boy, they add Tracks, because that's a cool game. It even has like, I think like the Tracks, the thing like the vehicle is actually like referenced inside like one of the Kirby games. I think Squeak Squad or something has like the item from the reference in that game.
I like how in Pack in Time you have that item that you can use like swing around.
That's neat, yeah. Yeah, he should cover either like Pac-Man. He should do Pac-Man clones as a video.
Yeah, I like the. I feel like I kind of like how Demeech like kind of focuses on one specific thing. Like I feel like it can kind of make that thing like kind of more memorable.
Yeah, because usually when I do videos, I usually compile things together.
Yeah.
So I guess he does one thing. So he could do like with that like weird clone of that Pac-Man game, or he could even just do one like Lock and Chase. I think there's another one called Casey Munchkin as well, where it's another clone. There's a bunch of stuff he could do. Oh, Pack in Time. Yep. I think it's on the Game Boy as well. I know Pack in Time is on the Game Boy. There's also Pack Attack is on there as well. I've never seen Pack in Time or Pack Attack ever on Game Boy, like, in real life. Like, those are two games I just don't see. So... like, there are so many games I have never seen, like, myself. So... because one day, I'd like to... maybe one day, I don't know, but I want to see how many Game Boy games I can collect. Do you have any Game Boy games?
Yeah, I actually have a few, I actually have, like, a decent amount. I think I have at least a dozen.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been collecting them for a few years now. You know how many I have now?
How many?
I have 150 original game cartridges. Game Boy Color isn't as much, but I've been collecting these for like quite a bit of a long time now. So, the thing is, obviously, it gets harder because all the ones that you find, it ends up getting like more difficult, right? Because the ones that you need to find get even more difficult, you know?
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like...
actually, I'm gonna see how many I have. Here.
Here, Demetra, message me.
I think I have about 15 original Game Boy games.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and that's only like original Game Boy. That doesn't like include Game Boy Color.
That's same with me. Like that's mainly what I collect, the original cartridges.
I do have some Game Boy Color cartridges, and then also some Game Boy Advance cartridges.
Yeah, I have more Game Boy Advance ones than I have Game Boy Color. I'm not really into the Game Boy Color stuff as much. There's not really that much like games on there compared to like original Game Boy stuff, which I like more. Let's see.
I feel like I kind of have to get used to the controls in this game. You know, one thing that I really dislike, one thing that I've really disliked lately. I mean, I know I haven't actually played it, but I just really I really dislike this game. Can you guess what it is? Because I have similar opinions about it to a certain gator.
Interesting.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh yeah.
It feels like a knockoff game that Nintendo made. It's just
honestly, that game like Go Vacation looks a bit better, which is kind of sad because I Go Vacation I was like Honestly, I feel like the problem wouldn't be much of a problem if they had actually included golf.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, this isn't much of an issue, but I really don't like the sports mates because I feel like the Mii's are really what made, like partially what made Wii Sports special. And the fact that they have like so much focus on online is kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, like as soon as you boot it up, it's like
I feel like because it really wasn't meant for online that much. It's just, or well, I mean, I guess that formula in general wasn't really meant for online, so
yeah. Yeah, I mean I guess that's the thing. Online wasn't even really a thing, right? When
yeah. I mean, they did. That's actually when Nintendo started out on the Wii,
yeah, for sure.
but it's Wii Sports. It's really like a game to kind of like play with family or friends locally. It's not really meant to be online and everything, which is why what Nintendo did was just really unfortunate. Because I mean,
Yeah.
online is good. I mean, you kind of need it, but I kind of feel like Nintendo, they really didn't get online before, but now they're just like using online too much, and a lot of it like doesn't even function too well. I mean, obviously there are the newer servers that are working better and everything, or I'm not sure servers, but more like the system that they're using is a little better, but still, it's just I feel like they're just putting too much focus on online and games and not really as much with single player content. I feel
Yeah,
like
they should be focusing more on like a story mode or like something like that, or like a tourney mode.
yeah. I'm glad that even though Mario Strikers has some content problems, I'm really glad that it has cup battles still. I was really worried that those were gonna not be in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that they kept that. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe but maybe we'll see some more information about what kind of updates they're exactly planning. I mean, except for
Yeah,
maybe
and you know, I feel
other
like that.
golf.
I feel like that thing that they did with that content where you kind of like unlock it is really weird. Because the Meech told me that with the sports mates, the content is really limited with what you can do with that, or with how you can customize them. So you have to get these weird online, like unlock things.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. I'll be back in 1 second.
So far, this game is pretty fun. Okay, there's the exit. Actually, I'm gonna pause this and turn to the arcade. Look up fanboys, but replace the AN with EM, quaint. Oh yeah, that's cool, the Gashapon. To play Hackmoto. I haven't played this game before. This is pretty fun so far. It's funny that Nintendo Switch Sports is, it's not a full price game, it's $40, but still $40 is way too much for that game, but, it is unfinished, but, Pac-Man Museum Plus is $30. The price of, what an unfinished game is, the price of what an unfinished game is, but more finished than Switch Sports. Yeah, this game, it's $20 cheaper, or, I guess, yeah, I think it's like $20 cheaper, $10 to $20 cheaper, depending on what system you get it on or what version you get. But, it's cheaper, but it has more content. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I assume that the multiplayer for this game would be pretty fun. It also has more content than Mario 3D All-Stars, yet that game was $60, yeah. More content than Morbius DS. No, Morbius DS is the most amount of content. There's really no game that rivals that game in content. It has more content than Kirby Superstar Ultra. There's just so many levels. It's just like such a morbid time. There is literally no game with more content than Morbius DS. I cleared that even though I fell into the thing. That was kind of funny. Morbius DS was awesome. Yeah, Morbius DS is one of the best DS games. It was the only DS game to make $1 more billion. Okay. What is the best game in Pac-Man Museum Plus? I still haven't played all of them, so I can't decide. So anyways, I'm gonna end the stream now. So this game is really fun so far, and I definitely recommend it. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Make sure to